Welcome to the Alcohol and Anime Night Holiday Special. And tonight we're going to talk about some of the amazing shows coming up for 2026 that I'm looking forward to, as well as some of the ones from this year that I really enjoyed. Plus, I'm going to talk about a show featuring a naked Santa Claus, and stay until the end to find out which explicit manga is actually getting an anime adaptation. Stay tuned. Let's crack open one of these not strong zeros and talk about a dark comedy action show called Sanda. And it's set in a dystopian world without Christmas, and for that matter, without winter. Kazushige Sanda is the class president, and things are going pretty okay for this 14-year-old, all things considered. That is, until one day after school, Sanda is stabbed by the lanky, Tim Burton character-looking class rep, Shiori Fuyumura. This kicks off a series of events that reveals Sanda as Santa, I know, big surprise, and leads to a quest to find their missing classmate Ona. The only problem is that the tyrannical government, with their state-mandated marriages and vaccines, also treats Santa Claus like a rogue vigilante that must be eliminated. Good thing Santa comes with a whole list of supernatural, very quirk-like powers, which I suppose is lore accurate. Now, don't go thinking this is some kind of G-rated Hallmark holiday special. This goes pretty hard and dark. Santa's Hulk-like transformation means he's nude most of the time on screen, so a little fan service for the ladies. There's bloody violence and plenty of inappropriate situations to make you squirm. Like, for example, the moral implications of a teenager running around a school in a fully grown man's body. I guess it's no weirder than Tom Hanks in Big. I don't want to ruin the rest of the story for you, but if you want something a little different, a little spicy, give Sanda a try. So I want to talk about my favorite anime moment of the year first. And that goes to My Dress Up Darling, which is in a season 2. And there was an amazing scene, and if you haven't seen it yet, I don't want to spoil it for you, so this is your warning. But there was an amazing scene where they're in the Don Quixote, I believe, or they're in one of the stores and they're doing some shopping, and he's going to buy some energy drinks so he can stay up all night playing this video game. And right next to the energy drinks is all the condoms. And so Marin walks up to him, and it appears that he's looking at these condoms from her point of view, and so she's like, uh-oh. And she's like, what are you doing? And he's like, I don't plan on sleeping tonight. And so she's like, okay, man, we're doing this, I guess. So then she gets home and she's like, all right, I'm getting ready. I'm getting into it. Like, she's like brushing her teeth and making sure she's got the right outfit on and everything. Like, she's like nervous, but the whole scene is really cute and funny done. Like, it's just one of those great, like, romantic comedy moments, and they did it so well. So I love, that was my favorite anime moment of the year. I thought they did it really well. So a lot of people ask me, what's your favorite anime of the year? And that's really difficult because, you know, what am I judging it on? Am I judging it on the music, the writing, the accuracy to the adaptation, the animation style? What do I use? And so what I have been using as a gauge is how much fun did I have? And I had a lot of fun this season. There were some great shows, including Call of the Night Season 2, which was amazing that we even got a Season 2 so far. I'm just so excited about that. For the show that I had the most fun with this year was Dan Da Dan. And a very, very close runner-up to that was The Daily Life of a Middle-Aged Online Shopper in Another World. They are ridiculous in their own sense, and they have their flaws. However, I had the most fun. I would look forward to watching the episodes. I would actually watch a couple in a row sometimes, and that really meant that it wasn't like a chore to watch it. It was really fun. As for movies, well, it should come as no surprise. The Chainsaw Man ResArk movie, it was fantastic, and I had so much fun actually being able to see it in theaters, and it didn't hurt that I got to see it a few days before everybody else, so that felt pretty special. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the shows coming for 2026 that I'm looking forward to. Now, full disclosure, I like my shows pretty spicy, and this list is definitely heavy on that side. If you want some of the very popular things, then just look at whatever's on the top list of Crunchyroll. I'm sure you'll do fine. But these you might have to dig a little bit deeper for, and these represent a little bit more of the spicy side of anime, which I always felt is where anime lives best. So we're starting out with a banger, and that is Tanya the Evil Season 2. Now, we've been told it's coming in 2026. I don't know when exactly that could be. It could be literally December 29th, 2026. But it is coming, and there are some key visuals out there. I am so excited. The last time I saw anything from this whole thing was a movie some years back, and I just assumed nothing else was going to be happening from then. So it is an incredible surprise, and I'm really looking forward to it. If you haven't seen Tanya the Evil, definitely start watching it now, so that way by the time the season 2 is here, you'll be primed and ready to go. We're spoiled now with so many of these great shows actually coming back for a return season. The first one, a big one, that's Freyrin Season 2. We're going to continue that whole amazing adventure with Freyrin and her party. I cannot wait to see what happens next because I haven't read that far. Another one that we reviewed pretty recently was Chained Soldier, and there is a second season of that coming, which again seems completely ridiculous that they are doing these season 2s of shows that are fairly obscure. But hey, I'm here for it. Next we have RE0 Season 4. Now this isn't really a surprise. We knew that they've done several seasons so far. At this point, they're printing money. So, of course, we're going to see another Season 4. Are we going to see Rem? I don't know. I hope so, because she's my favorite character in the whole series. And two other ones that we're going to see here that are kind of obvious. The other one is MF Ghost Season 3. They kind of left it on a cliffhanger, so they have to keep going after this. And Girls with Panzer, which is on its like 5th season now, which is crazy. I never thought that show would even see a Season 2. But the big one, the one we're going to like here, the one I am certainly going to review, is Gushing Over Magical Girls Season 2. Now here's what's crazy. That show is insanely lewd, and I believe Crunchyroll is actually going to air it. I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know how much censorship they're going to have to do, but if they do it and they finally go full send, I might change. I could possibly be a person who changes their mind and comes back to Crunchyroll if they're willing to go do the full uncensored bit, but I don't think they will. I don't think they got the balls for it. We also got some key visuals for the next season of Cyberpunk, and I don't know if there's going to be any crossover between the previous anime. I suspect not, since, well, everybody's dead. And anyway, I don't necessarily need that, but I'm sure there'll be some crossover stuff. And I really hope that it ties into either the new game or they bring some stuff like DLC, perhaps, into the old game. Alright, well, enough about the shows that are returning shows. Let's talk about some of the new shows, which I feel like there's a lot of meat on the bone here. The first show coming up is Shibuya Yugi de Meshi Woku, which I believe is playing death games to put food on the table. It is going to be a Netflix show, and it basically looks like Saw with maids, and it looks pretty cool, kind of creepy, maybe a little bit of action, maybe a little bit of horror. Either way, I'm here for it, and I think it's one you should definitely check out. The next one is Kanan-sama wa Akumade Chiyoru, which I believe translates to Mistress Kanan is devilishly easy. And that's going to be coming in about April this year. It looks pretty good, definitely has a vibe that fits in with this channel, if you know what I mean. The next one's called Let's Go Kaikigumi, which kind of looks like a Timu Dandadan, but either way, it's kind of a supernatural looking adventure show. I don't know much about it, but it does look pretty good, so I'm going to give it at least a 3-episode tryout. The next one is called Yoa Sensei, which I believe is Hell Teacher, and this is about a guy who has like a possessed hand, but he's one of the teachers, and essentially fights like demons at the school. It looks kind of cool. The whole visuals of it look unique, and it's one I'm going to give it a try. I think it's something that is unique enough, and it has that supernatural aspect that I am kind of here for. Of course, we have the Ghost in the Shell anime. Now, I'm not quite sure if it's a remake or simply just another chapter in something that happens in the universe. I have kind of intentionally dodged a lot of the media about it, so that way when I watch it, I'm watching it with fresh eyes. But nonetheless, I've seen some of the visuals, and they definitely have a retro feel to them, and so I'm really feeling that. I truly hope that is the style of the show. The next one that I thought was really cool, and I'm a sucker for zombie things, but this one is called Zombie Sagashimasu, and it is essentially about people who were born after this zombie apocalypse, and they're kind of coming into they're growing up in this world after that, and they don't know anything about the world before the zombie apocalypse. And so the concept seems really cool. It reminds me of a comic book a million years ago called Children of the Dead, which was about people who were born after the kind of Night of the Living Dead. That whole thing played out. They were born after that, so they never even knew about what society was like before then. So I thought that was kind of a cool concept, and hopefully this follows a similar type vibe. Another one that is going to be hugely popular is the movie All You Need Is Kill, which is, of course, what the movie Edge of Tomorrow was based on with Tom Cruise and I believe Emily Blunt. I never get her. Maybe it was Emily Blunt. It's probably not. It's great to see an anime movie based on a manga that a Hollywood movie was made of. That's confusing. But either way, it's going to be worth watching. If you haven't checked it out, the visuals look stunning, and I know the story's going to be great because, well, it was good enough for Hollywood to pick it up and try to ruin. This last one, I cannot believe is even getting an adaptation because it's so nuts and so lewd and so absolutely crazy. And that is Zombie no Ofreta Sekai de Oridake ga Osowara ni, which is basically in a world full of zombies, I'm the only one who doesn't get attacked. And it's exactly what it says on the tin. The guy wakes up, there's a zombie apocalypse, except for the zombies don't attack him, but they attack everybody else. So it's kind of almost like a superpower. But his superpower is basically just that they don't attack him, and so he can just walk around through the world. Now that doesn't sound too bad at all. Zombies, there's a little bit of violence here and there, some gore. But the point is, he's not the good guy. He is awful, because once he realizes that he has this power, he definitely abuses it. He takes advantage of girls. He does a lot of pretty awful stuff. Stuff that would almost certainly happen in the zombie apocalypse, but we don't usually get to see that stuff from their perspective. So I'm going to tell you, the manga is pretty explicit, and I don't know how they're going to actually do this as an anime adaptation. So I'm really looking forward to it, because I just gotta know who's got the balls to do it. But there is no trailer out for it or anything, but rest assured, when we know more, I'm gonna tell you more. Anyway, it's been an awesome year hanging out with you guys, doing all sorts of stuff. If you're on the mobile app, hey, give that hype button a push. It helps get little guys like me above the huge guys with 100,000 and more subscribers. It helps a little bit. And of course, all the other stuff I always say, like and subscribe and comment below. I love to hear your comments. We have people who comment from all over the world, quite a lot of Japanese folks. So hello to everybody in Japan. That's amazing that my little channel here in the United States is getting people who are viewing from Japan. So that's pretty great. Let me know what kind of figures you want to see unboxings of. I have a Rez Bomb Devil figure. I've got a Rem that I won in a contest. I've got Lucy from Cyberpunk. There's a whole bunch of them coming up. I'm going to unbox them, so let me know what you want to see next. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and I will see you on the next one. Kanpai.